Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to those listening and watching this episode of the Talking Sports podcast. First and foremost, we just want to give a big shout out to our cousin Josh being our special guest on today's episode. We're going to be breaking down the Euros and the Copa America, two soccer tournaments that are going on simultaneously right now here in the US and in Germany. So, first, Josh, thank you so much for hopping on with us.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
If for those of you who don't know, Josh is our cousin, and we have watched his journey as he's grown up, and he's playing soccer right now, and he is a superstar in his own right. And we would be remiss if we didn't have him on just breaking down these games and bringing his expertise to these soccer tournaments that are going on right now. So, first off, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling tonight?
Feeling good, feeling good. It's been a great group stage in the Euros. Also been a great opening to the Copa America. And it's great to have the little cousin on tonight. I still remember playing in the backyard, beating up on him in soccer. And now he's 5 inches taller than me. So good to have him on.
Exactly. Little big cousin for sure. He's taller than all of us. So
Yeah.
so yeah. Nah, it's great to have you on for sure. But yeah, we're gonna be breaking down these tournaments. And I guess first we'll get into the Copa Americas. It did just start here recently, so let's break it down. What have you all seen? You can go any games, anything that you've watched, and I'll start off first. Just big shout outs to the USA squad winning 2-0 against Bolivia. They played a great match. Um, Great goals by Pulisic and Balogun. And very good effort defensively. Anytime you can have a clean sheet, that's something you are proud of. So big shout out to USA squad.
Yeah, for sure. USA played a great game. Um, that game could have been 4 or 5, I think, easily. But it's good to walk away with the 3 points. In this group stage, and we'll get into it with the Euros as well, but really all you need is a win and a draw, and you're pretty much through to the round of 16. So, great game. I think another shocker, I guess, not necessarily didn't shock me, but the world was Brazil, um, like
Yeah.
Costa Rica, just really just looking lost going forward. I think Brazil struggled quite a bit. I was telling people before the game started, I was like, this Brazil team is not the same team as 2014, not even the same team as 2018. So they're going to struggle. I think Colombia is probably the strongest team outside of Argentina. So I hope Brazil don't get grouped, but we'll see what happens.
I agree. I mean, right now I feel like just a lot of pressure on Brazil's shoulders, but they have so much potential to be good. Their attacking and offense is just unbelievable, and I believe once they get connected, once they get around, I mean, they're going to be top 3 in Copa. But for right now, the teams that look dangerous are Argentina, of course. Even without Messi, they would kill it. And Colombia looking like a threat on the field, and so out of those 3 teams, I say those are the most intimidating.
Yeah. So let's talk about Brazil a little bit because that was a shocking result. 0-0 draw against Costa Rica. And I kind of questioned like there wasn't a lot of um they were just kind of stagnant, and they tried to get up and down the field a little bit, and also they didn't really adjust in my opinion. and they didn't bring on any subs, if I'm not mistaken. You had a lot of people on the bench that could have really helped. And I don't know if they were just trying to fill out the first game and then they'll make adjustments second game. But what were y'all's thoughts on like the adjustments and the tactics around the game?
Yeah. It was so you start off the game and you don't necessarily have a striker. Um, we've seen this with Real Madrid and Ancelotti's tactics where Bellingham will rotate a striker, Vinicius Jr. will play like a left forward,
Yeah.
Rodrigo will play a center forward sometimes. Kind of the same thing Brazil tried to do. Rodrigo would rotate in and out. Sometimes Paquetá would be higher up as like a 9 or a 10. But you don't have an out and out striker. And that's going to hurt Brazil. In years past, we've had they've had Richarlison, they've had Gabriel Jesus, players who aren't they're not Ronaldo, they're not the Brazilian Ronaldo, of course, but
Right.
they've been able to fill the role and they've played their part. And so you don't have either of them right now. So I think the lack of a true striker is missing. I also think they're missing leadership. Um, Bruno G plays for Newcastle. Great center mid, great midfielder. He might make a big move this summer. We'll see. But outside of him, I mean, you have Marquinhos at the back. There's not much leadership there. And I really mean a vocal leader going forward. Um, and I think that's another thing that's missing. But as far as the subs, I mean, you brought on Endrick, 17-year-old. I'm not sure how much Brazil is expecting out of him. I know he's a wonder kid. He's a great player,
Yeah.
but he's still very young. He brought on Savio on the right wing, who I thought did more than Rafinha did in about 10 minutes than 70. He created some chances. It was aggressive. Um, I think he could get the start next game. And then he brought on Martinelli for João Gomes in the 83rd minute. Other than that, man, I don't think this Brazil team has much to offer. You saw Neymar with his head in his hands.
Yeah,
And
he was. I wanted to bring that up because they panned to him and
yeah,
he like right before they panned to him, he's like had his head
yeah,
in his hands, like he was disgusted about what was going on in that moment.
right. And then he waved after trying to say, hey.
Right.
um, but I think that shows the morale around the Brazil team right now. Um, like I agree with Josh. They have talent, a lot of talent going forward, but
So
they got
much.
they got to find a way to connect it, and it's going to be difficult if they don't have a true striker. So they got plenty of time to figure it out. You really only need another one win, and they should be through. So we'll see what happens, but I'm not expecting much from this Brazil team.
Yeah, totally agree on that. But I'm going to make another point that on the Brazil team, instead of finding like the most talented players, make sure you find the most talented players in each position. What I've noticed on the Brazil team, there's like 7 top wingers. I mean,
Yeah,
the whole front three is just all wingers. I mean, it's hard to play with that. You have Rafinha, Vini, Rodrigo, Martinelli on the bench. You have all these wingers who, are coming in and they're wingers. They're not center forwards. They're not going to check in. They don't have strength. They can't hold up the ball. That's not what they do. They're 1v1 players that like their space, and so I do agree that they should bring in Richarlison and Gabriel Jesus, and hopefully also Eder Militao from Real Madrid once he gets off injury, he could be also another leader. You said, they need leadership. He could be a leader in the center back with Marquinhos, and they have a lot of potential, but it's just decisions.
Yeah, yeah. I really thought they should have brought in, at least one of those guys, Richarlison, Gabriel Jesus.
I think they're
Those
both
guys.
injured. I know
They're both
Richarlison's
in.
Gabriel Jesus, I think, is recovering from injury, but I don't think he got called up. So
Gotcha. Okay, okay.
That's great.
So yeah, I mean that's difficult. That's
yeah,
gonna be tough for him. Um, Yeah, and we have to also just take into consideration that while these guys are, this is their national club, and they're playing for their country, they don't play with these guys a lot.
No,
And if you are able to play with some of these guys on your club team, then that's great. But I've seen, and this has honestly been a common theme of like all of the soccer so far this summer. These guys don't have any cohesion, and we're gonna talk about it with England and France, and they just look like they haven't been playing with each other for very long. And so it's like, where is the connection gonna be? And is this something that's going to hinder these clubs? And so far, as far as the Euros go, you know, teams are still making it to the next stage, but we'll see how much it hinders them in the knockout stage. So yeah, Brazil, they played Costa Rica, and Argentina is playing right now, if I'm not mistaken, as we're recording this.
yep.
So we'll see what that result is. But is there anything else that stands out to you guys as far as the Copa America is concerned?
I think Argentina are definitely the favorites. Um, the team, obviously, since winning the World Cup in 2022, has just been on a high. Um, they play for
Yeah.
Messi. Everybody is playing for their country, um, and I think they have the best system to win. If they can stay healthy, if they could grind out those tough games, I don't see why Argentina doesn't win this. I think Colombia gives them a run for their money. Um, and I think if the USA can stay consistent and put away some chances, I think they can also do some damage. So it's going to be an exciting Copa America.
I will say also we are forgetting about Uruguay. I mean, I would say they're pretty deadly and probably gonna make USA run for their money. I think they could be deadly. I mean, you got Valverde, you got Darwin Nunes, of course, but also you know like center
You
back
didn't believe
Ronaldo
that.
Rule.
You didn't believe
Yeah, I
that when
know.
you said
Also, but center back Ronaldo Rule, who's known, but I still think Uruguay's dangerous. I mean, there's still tons of Premier League and La Liga players on that team that could easily, challenge the USA. And so that's all I gotta say. They ain't safe in their group stage. I think that's gonna be their hardest competition. But anybody else, they should go through.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Uruguay, they're dangerous, um, and they play well. Um, Darwin, Valverde. I mean, they got some shooters on that team. Obviously, Darwin will get 5 chances. He might put away one, but still, he's a lethal striker. Um, and it's going to be tough to get out of that group. I mean, yeah, that game's going to be super exciting. I think Monday is when USA Uruguay play, so that'll be a fun one.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Y'all let us know what y'all's thoughts were in the comment section about this Copa America. Of course, we'll be rooting for USA all the way as they advance, hopefully. And I did want to mention too, I said this throughout the game, USA did play well. But I just, for some reason, the 4-3-3 formation is just not for me. Like, I understand the personnel. You have to have the personnel to do other things, but the midfield is the most important part of the field, and it's just it's just so spread out, and they just don't have a lot there. And I feel like if there's another team that has a stronger midfield, then USA is going to struggle. So tell me y'all's thoughts about that. Am I missing the mark on that, or what?
I understand. Yeah, I could see it a little bit. I think for right now, we're looking pretty sharp. But like, who I believe should like also get more playing time is Haji Wright. At Coventry. He's actually been doing well lately, and I think he also does need some more minutes. Compared to Brendan Aronson. But I'm not going to talk about
Yeah.
that. But uh, but they've been all very
It's
well.
okay. That's
Philip.
okay. But hey, this is the place for that. If you got a take, then go ahead and just say it. It's all good.
But it's been good. I enjoyed the team. It's been amazing. I mean, the star lineup's looking strong, and hopefully, Tyler Adams can get back to full fitness. As he's been struggling with that hamstring injury, but McKinney's looking solid. Reyna's looking good.
Yep.
Back line, Scally. I think they're doing very well right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they are, and Uruguay is going to be the toughest match for sure. But I think USA can advance to the knockout stage. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
yeah. I'll say really quick about the formation. It's really what it is a 4-2-3-1. Um, Gio Reyna is playing as a 10, and he's kind of free roaming, playing like a left attacking mid. Uh, Problem is that Tyler Adams is not fully fit. Um, and I don't mean injury wise. I just mean match sharpness. He's still trying to get back. He suffered some injuries at Bournemouth, so he's struggling a little bit. McKinney is good. Um, I just don't think he's better than Musa. I don't know. They're
Oh,
they're
Musa.
they're similar players. But
I agree with you.
Musa
Most
covers
is
more
better.
ground, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think if you insert Musa maybe with McKinney and Reyna, maybe it's a little bit different. Because I think Musa's like the Conte of this team. He's just running around all the time.
and
So
you got to have a Conte. If you don't have a Conte on a team, you're gonna struggle.
exactly, especially if you're trying to play a 4-3-3. Um,
Yeah.
Mentioned that midfield, that center mid position, whether it's a 6, a 8, or a 10, it's the most important.
Yep. Yep. Definitely agree. So let's get into the Euros. We're almost fully there to the knockout stage. We have some teams that have advanced even today. But let's talk about this group stage because we've seen some teams that were favorites. We've seen them struggle. England today, a 0-0 draw. Um, and they haven't been playing very well this whole entire Euro tournament so far. And I don't really know what to attribute it to. They've got one of the most talented rosters from top to bottom that we've seen in a while, and for some reason they can't put it all together. And it could be because of like we mentioned, not playing together for a while as a whole unit, bringing in a couple new guys. But what say y'all? I can't wrap my head around it.
Josh, you want to start? You want me to go?
Um,
Be a minute.
I, oh no, I'm good, but I'm just wondering, is Netherlands going through? Are they knocked out?
No, they're going through. Yeah,
Okay. Okay, no,
they're
it's top
yeah,
three. Okay.
yeah. They're the first third place team to go through.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
That's good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean England. I mean their group. I wouldn't say is like insane compared to the others. I mean I think they got it. Even if they like tie it up, they're still going to be a okay. But I would say a team that's been phenomenal is Germany. I've enjoyed watching them. They've been tiki taka. Go out to Wirtz. On the left wing looking dangerous. Jamal Musiala looking nasty with his tiki, dribbling.
Real.
But like and Rudiger in the back. But man, they're dangerous also.
Yeah. Definitely are.
Yeah, Germany looks strong. Um, To answer your question, Jenny, about England, the main issue, and it's very simple. It's a very simple issue, is they're playing to win. Now, I understand that can sound and look different for different teams, but
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
what I mean is they're playing to get to the round of 16. Gareth Southgate is a manager who is always been conservative. And by conservative, I mean defensive and not aggressive at all.
Playing not to lose, you mean?
Not to lose, or yeah, I guess that would probably make more sense. Um,
Okay.
yeah, sure, we can say that. Playing not to lose.
Yeah.
Not trying to get caught out, not putting a lot of bodies forward. And that's why they've been labeled as a boring team, a team that, seems uninterested at times. And, the main issue is the play style. You'll see them score a goal and Harry Kane won't move past the halfway line. So it's tactics, it's style. I think a simple change would be to start Cole Palmer. And if that means Saka starting off the bench, I'm sorry. I understand that sounds horrible. Saka's the star boy. Cole's just on better form right now. I think Jude should play the 8, which means remove Trent. Rice stays at the 6, and Foden plays a cam. To me, that solves.
Well, break for our fans and our subscribers who don't watch soccer. Break down what 8 and 6 mean. We know what it means, but break it down for us.
Yes, you're right. I keep forgetting. I'm used to the lingo. Sorry. So a 6 is a defensive mid. So that is the furthest center mid back, as closest to the center backs. An 8 is the linking midfielder between the defense and the attack. So they're in between the center attacking mid and the defensive mid. A 10 is the center attacking midfielder, sometimes a center forward, sometimes a helping midfielder as well. And that's the role that Foden needs to be playing in. Foden needs to be playing as a 10. He needs to be able to have the freedom to stay in the middle and be the conductor, the same way he is for City. And, on the left, I think I don't mind putting Saka on the left. I know he's great on the right, cutting in, but Foden does not need to just be standing on the sideline. Like, he needs to be involved. And lastly, Jude Bellingham needs to play the 8. Like, he needs to play the central midfielder in between Rice and Foden. I don't understand how it's that hard to see. They're in these group stage games, you can get away with playing conservative, with playing defensive.
Yeah.
And once the round of 16 comes, it's win or go home. You have to score to win.
Yep.
And you're not going to score having
0-0 draws won't get it for you. Won't do it for you at all.
No, this is going to go to extra time, and then you're going to have to go to your bench after that.
Right.
So it's been a conservative play style. It's been boring. I say all that to say they're undefeated. They got first in the group. They got a good draw in the round of 16. So we'll see what happens.
Josh, you look like when Jeremiah was talking, you look like you had a protest to that. I want to hear what you have to say.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so what I think should be the thing is I think Jude should stay at the 10 now. Because he likes to get high. He's very attacking minded, and from this season, I think Jude has done a better job than Foden at the 10. But Foden, I mean, he's been class this season, and once again, if you want Cole Palmer in though, he's also a 10. So those 3 people right there are 10. Now, who has done better at the job? Jude. Cole Palmer can play on the wing, but he has gotten most of his goals playing the 10 from Chelsea. I mean, just being in that central area, being able to, get ready in the position for crossings and stuff like that. He's not the one crossing the ball. And so I feel like, I don't know, Jude should stay as the 10, but Foden still did well as a 10, but he may have to stay at winger, I would say. And I don't know. It's just a lot of 10s if you think about it. You
It
know,
is.
Eze, he's. Not a winger. Gareth Southgate put him there. And, he's a 10. Foden's a 10. Jude's a 10. Cole's a 10. See, you got four people right there. Talented players, obviously. But they're not, you can't always put all of them in. And I believe you do leave Saka out there, but I don't know if there's like a insane scoring winger, for England. Like the people that get the goals, on England are the center attacking mid and the striker, Kane. But I would just have to say, just leave it for what it is right now. Rice obviously a central defensive mid, that's a no-brainer. But I'd leave Jude at 10. He'll eventually get him a goal.
That's great analysis from both of you guys. I have three things. Number one, when Cole Palmer came in, not only did he electrify the crowd because they were the loudest that the England crowd had been all game long.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He actually did some really good things.
He did.
And he was more aggressive than Saka was. He seemed like he was more comfortable on the ball. So I agree. I think he needs to be in. And I think he can play the winger. I think he did it very well. I mean, at least in this game that was going on today. Number two. What was my number two? I don't remember what my number two was, but I will give you my number three. Kane. I'm sorry. I just think he needs to sit for a while. Like I know that's terrible to say, and like he's not doing it for me. Like I don't know. I don't know who you bring in to replace him. He is a great goal scorer, but I don't know. I just think he either needs some help to take the eyes and defense off of him, or um, or he needs to be a 45-minute sub. That's my thing. I remember my number three. Phil Foden and Harry Kane have only completed one pass. I don't know if y'all heard that stat during the match, but Foden completed only one pass to Harry Kane since they've been playing together these two matches for the group stage. What you contribute that to, I don't know. And maybe if Foden was a 10, maybe he'd be in a better position to get Kane the ball, or maybe Kane isn't putting himself in position to get the ball. I don't know, but that's just an alarming stat from your two best offensive players.
I agree. That cannot happen. They have, I think Harry Kane and Phil Foden have more passes to Jordan Pickford, who is the goalie, than they do to each other. Listen,
that's crazy.
It is.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. I agree with you. Kane, he has to do more. And it's, Josh, you've rotated all around the front three as you're playing soccer now. It's simple things that Kane's not doing. I mean, it's focusing on his first touch. It's holding the ball up. It's waiting for help to come to him. It's, we've seen him do it at Tottenham and now Bayern. He'll drop in, he'll receive the ball, and he'll spray it out wide. We haven't even seen that from him. And that could be due to the pressure, like we mentioned. I think it's mostly to do with the tactics and the style that they're being forced to play. But I would say, JD, just in response to you, I agree. Southgate brought up Ollie Watkins and Ivan Toney for this tournament. Let's see him play. I mean,
Why not?
why not? Give him
And
45 minutes.
the
Give him
group
20
stage is
minutes.
the time to do that. Just to
Exactly.
see what you have. I mean, this
Right.
was not a very strong group at all. Like you didn't have to put out your A team at both games. Like the group stage is where you can experiment, especially if you know or believe you're gonna advance. So I don't know. I don't know.
On
Yeah.
the Kane, oh,
Go ahead.
oh, on the Kane situation, I mean, I don't know. I just he can score goals, but like thing about Kane, he's just always been an unlucky guy. You know, whether
Yeah.
I know he has the mentality as a winner, but he's never been a
Yeah.
winner. You know, he's never won a trophy, and it's just hard because Jude coming in, he has the mentality of a winner. They're all have the mentalities of a winner, but he's actually a true winner because he's been through it. He's been through the consistency, and so I would love to see also Ollie, come in as the nine for Kane, and I would like to see what he can do because I bet he could be a game changer. Honestly, if you could put in, Cole Palmer, and sub out Gallagher, I would say, and put Jude back down at the 8, at the 45-minute, I'm fine with that.
I like that.
Steve?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you just got to shake things up. Like, I don't know. These guys are such high profile players, and their egos may get in the way. And maybe Southgate's not the type of manager to really, um, I guess, coach those type of egos and let those make those guys angry at him or whatever. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and we'll see what happens in the knockout phase. They did advance and they did win the group. But let's talk about France for a little bit. They also have not looked the best. They did win their what they did not win their group. Actually, they were
No,
second.
I got second.
They got second, so they're going to be facing a top team, a team that won their group in the knockout phase. So let's talk about France. They also have a very talented roster, and
Yes.
they have Mbappe, and they have won trophies as a group together as a national team. And so, what are the expectations for France? They more than likely are the favorites to win it all. So, um, well, at least one of the favorites, along with England and Germany. So,
I
I
think,
like France a lot.
yeah, France is a great team. Um, Obviously, it's tough with Mbappe going down in the first game, and um, he seems to be okay now with the broken nose. But I think it's managers playing safe to get out of the group stage. I genuinely do, and you know, we as fans we look at that and we say, why would you do that when you have this talent, this personnel? Go smash every team 5-0 and attack the whole game. Um, but I guess that's why they're managers and we're not where they are.
Yeah,
Um,
we like to see goals and
right, exactly. We want to see the exciting football. Um, but what I would say about France is a little bit similar to what you mentioned, JD, earlier, is that the chemistry does not seem to be there. Um, I think their manager Didier Deschamps. I think if he didn't call N'Golo Conte up, they probably would have got grouped. Um, if
yeah,
you watch those games, Conte saved about 4 goals by himself.
Masterclass.
Just exactly, just on counterattacks, uh, ball winning duels, aerial duels. Like Conte is incredible. Um, so I'm sure they're super glad they have Conte. But outside of that, with Mbappe being back now, I think you have to ask a little more from Griezmann. Um, you have to ask a little more from the midfield, attacking wise. I mean, you have Rabiot, who's an experienced player, great player. You have
hmm
Chouamini, again, great young player. Kamavinga rotating in the midfield as well. They just don't offer a lot going forward. And again, I think that's due to the tactics, due to the style. But I think if you have maybe sit one defensive midfielder, start another attacking one, um, I think it might be a little bit of a different story for France. I think we all expected them to get first, and Austria winning the group is a huge surprise.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, Netherlands. This was a strong group, and a lot of people would have thought Austria would be the last, but Poland they didn't make it. Um, so yeah, we have three teams advancing this group: Austria, France, and Netherlands. Um, that doesn't happen very often, but um, but yeah, Josh, your thoughts on France?
I mean, for right now, I mean, Mbappe, been doing good, but in Conte, like I said, I will say they, Griezmann is attacking midfielder, but they have more defensive midfielders than attacking midfielders, and bringing in Camavinga to which I mean, those are all defensive players, and I think that's not the problem, but like once again, if you want to, be more attacking minded, then you will need to bring in some more attacking, minded people. And so I believe, who's on the wing again? You know,
Um, Mbappe will float out there. You got Dembele and then
Dembele, and then
Yeah,
who?
Barcola, PSG winger.
Uh, Barcola.
He's
I think.
he's young. Um, he
Oh,
he did well for PSG in the Champions League, I thought.
Barcola. I think. Yeah. Okay. I mean, for right there, I think. I mean, I don't have much thoughts on France, but I just think they're like just an insane defensive team, and I
Yeah,
respect that from them. But
yeah,
I mean, is Saliba starting?
he is.
Okay,
yeah,
finally,
Yeah,
got his recognition. That's a solid squad right there. If
it
I
is.
bet they could, build out of the back if they wanted to. But I think they're fine. Honestly, realistically, I think they're fine.
yeah. I think so. When you have, it's kind of like this group. they won a lot, and it's kind of like they're just waiting on the knockout stage to start, and um, and I think that's why they played the way they played recently. They just they figured they would advance, not worried about it too much. Um, and they again, like Josh said, defense is just incredible. Um, so yeah, I think I'm excited to watch these knockout rounds for sure. It's going to be some exciting soccer for sure.
Yeah. It's going to be super exciting. I think we have to mention Group E, um, which will be finalized tomorrow. This is
Mhm.
something I haven't seen before, but each team in Group E is on 3 points.
Yeah,
Belgium, Slovakia, Romania, and Ukraine. And so they're going to play each other tomorrow, and they're just going to duke it out and go for the win. So I guess
yep,
we'll get exciting football tomorrow.
yeah, absolutely. This is um, yeah, it's crazy. Romania's at the top right now, with Romania and Belgium are at the top goal di- goal differential. So um, yeah, who knows? Who knows who's going to come out of that? Belgium, they've been playing pretty well, but again, they've kind of lacked a little bit uh, in their attack. But we see Group F, Portugal. They've already advanced with 2 wins, so they're going to be in, and we'll await to see who else is going to be coming out of that group. Um, yeah, I think is it safe to say that Spain has been the best team out of this Euro tournament so far?
I I would
That
say
or
so.
Germany.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
say
definitely.
I would say Germany could challenge them.
Yeah, yeah. Spain or Germany. Spain got 3 out of 3. 9 points. Germany on 7 points. So those are the two toughest to me. Right now, Spain is my favorite to win it all. Which to me is a shocker because what'd you say?
I said Lamine Yamal.
He's incredible. 16-year-old, incredible. Spain might get fined because you can't have underage kids working past a certain time. So, hey, he's incredible. But I think Spain has looked the best. They look the most consistent defensively, offensively. I mean, Rodri just manning the midfield as usual. Yamal and Nico Williams on the wings just going crazy. Morata still makes me scratch my head a little bit, but he's there.
Yeah.
He's there. So Spain looks strong.
He's riding the wave.
Somehow.
Sorry. I will say one more thing. Sorry to get off track, but back on England, also, as you know, if Declan needs a break, bring in Kobe Manu,
Yeah.
I mean, he's class. But also, I will say, why is Luke Shaw on the roster? You got all these England players,
That's a great question.
Not making the squad, and he puts Luke
He's
Shaw.
not going to play.
Exactly.
He's not going to play.
I saw that. I was like, he hasn't played all year for Man United. I was so confused.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. Southgate just said that he won't be fit for their match today.
Exactly.
I guess he's gonna save. Like, I guess he's trying to run Trippier into the ground and hope Luke Shaw's fit for round of 16. I don't know. I don't know what his plan is.
I don't think it's possible to run Trippier into the ground. First off,
not really. No.
he's like 30. He's my age. He's old in soccer years. So like, come on now.
Yeah.
Hold on. What are the other England left backs and right backs?
Chilwell,
Yeah.
Shaw, Trent, Walker.
Sure.
Trent's been playing as a midfielder, but he went back.
I don't know why they have him as a midfielder. It makes me so mad that they couldn't just put him as left back, please, or right back, so he could get him, crosses.
He tried to replicate what Liverpool did with him, and it's just not the same system.
No.
Same way he tried to replicate Foden. Stop. Just play your own system. I'll say this really quickly about Group F and Portugal.
Yeah.
Portugal can win the Euro. We saw it in 2016,
Mm-hmm.
and they came close again. You have a team in Portugal that is stubborn and ego-driven, yet probably just as talented as England and France. Roberto Martinez went undefeated in the qualifiers, and they looked strong in this group. It took a game to figure it out, but they looked strong. I want to say this. This team goes as Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva goes. If those two are on, there's not a team that can stop them. Bruno in the middle, controlling everything, hopefully passing the ball. Bernardo Silva, same thing, being the conductor, moving the strings, moving the ball. If they can figure out, here's the thing, teams are going to double Ronaldo. He's going to be in the middle.
Yep.
If they can figure out how to move the ball and score without just feeding it to Ronaldo every 2 seconds, Portugal will be scary.
That's
an interesting take. I like it.
I will say one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is sorry, real quick. This is a random thought though. But Robinson for the USA has been phenomenal, I think also.
Incredible.
And I'm looking at some stats right now. He has played 37 games and 3,270 minutes in the last season.
Yeah.
Not in all in the season. That's insane.
Yep.
Top top minutes played as a left back.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's been the most durable for Fulham. He's been the most durable for Team USA. He fractured his hand, still playing. He's strong, fast. Like he's incredible. He's honestly what you want in a left back because you basically got a left back, a left mid, and a left winger all in one player. So
Right.
he's great.
Exactly. Let's go back to Spain a little bit because I feel like Jeremiah, you was gonna mention something, but I will say this: Spain came out of nowhere. They haven't been doing great in these tournaments for a while.
Yep.
And since the old guard of uh, what's his name, David,
Villa,
Xavi,
Silva. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, Xavi, the old guys that I watched back in the day, and it seems like Spain is back, and that can be scary if Spain is back to top form.
Absolutely, it is. Pedri's incredible. I call him the Xavi region. Um, you got,
Yeah,
like I mentioned, Nico Williams and Yamal on the wings, Rodri,
Nico.
but the team, they're just consistent. Like they're not gonna do a lot to wow you. They might not win 5-6-0. I mean, they won 3-0, but they're just consistent.
yeah,
They know the style that they're gonna play. You have a solid person who's been playing a lot of football in each position. So it's a great team, and they're deep as well. I mean, they got options all across the field. So Spain is going to be a great team to watch going forward.
yeah. I think that's the key. Like they have a system, they they stick to that system, and they're the best at that system that nobody else can really replicate, and it's hard to defend. So um, Spain is definitely a top contender for sure. So
Spain looks
before
dangerous.
go ahead, say it again.
I said Spain looks dangerous.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, absolutely. So before we get out of here, let's get our picks in for Euros. Let's do who we think is gonna win it all, and then a dark horse to win it all. And I'll go first. I'm gonna take. I want to take France as my winner, and as my dark horse. It's hard to say that Germany's a dark horse, but I'll say Germany. They are at home. They're gonna have the support of the fans the whole time. So I'm gonna say Germany would be my dark horse to win it all.
Go ahead, Josh.
All right. Win it all. I got Germany. That's my squad. And then I would say my dark horse. Give me Spain, honestly. But yeah, give me Spain because they have young wingers. They have experience, a decently aged midfield, and they have experienced back line. And they just have a perfect balance of youth and experience. And so, give me that as my dark horse.
You swaying me. I probably should have picked Spain. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
He makes a great case.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Germany. I'm gonna go the hometown team to win it. Dark horse. I'm going Portugal.
Mhm.
Portugal on their day can be any team you put in front of them. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
But
They do have
problem,
Ronaldo.
the problem is you have to get out of that left side. Spain, France, Germany, Portugal are all on the same side. So whoever gets out of that side has to win. have to win.
Ooh, I didn't take that into account.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough.
Mhm.
I know, but Portugal, like, shoot, think about Portugal, man. I saw a clip the other day, and it was like Ronaldo throwing the ball in to like someone, and he had like the wide open goal, and he skied it high. And I looked at the comments. I looked at the comments. It's like, this is why Ronaldo doesn't pass, or so and so in Portugal or something. And I'm like, man, geez, Portugal. And I always see Portugal arguing, online. As like if I see an international team arguing, it would be Portugal. I don't know. Or
it's
getting up.
it's e- it's egos that like I've never seen before. Um, they're they're all passionate. They're all driven.
Yeah.
They're all a little bit selfish. Um, they've got to let that go if they want to go far with this team. So you're completely right. Um, I think Ronaldo is still the best leader. Him having the chance to get his first goal, but he squares it to Bruno to be the all-time Euro assist leader. I think he's being the example that this team needs, even at 39 years old. So they follow Ronaldo's example. Be selfless, play for the team, play for the badge. I think they can win it.
Well, we've given our picks. Y'all let us know down in the comment section who y'all think is going to come out of this loaded Euro bracket. And Jeremiah, I do see that Spain, Germany, Portugal, France, they're all at the top on that side. And so they're all going to have to go against each other potentially. So, um, yeah, whoever comes out of that side is going to be battle tested and hopefully not injured and all on yellows by the time they get
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, let us know down in the comment section who y'all think is gonna win it all. Of course, we're all rooting for USA and the Copas. I don't even have to ask that. Go USA, and we're gonna see these or at least some form of these rosters during the Olympics as they're gonna be playing there as well. So more soccer to come. Then we'll bring it to you right here on the Talking Sports podcast. Um, Josh, just want to say congratulations to you. Go ahead and give us a brief snippet of some of your achievements and accolades this season for your soccer team.
Well, um, I was able to receive all Arkansas Preps first team, which means like all star first team. That was amazing. And 5A All State. I was well as Pulaski Academy top scorer. I had 27 goals, and so I was good for high school. But um, All Star MVP for the All Star game. But that's about all the academics,
keep, keep
going
going.
in.
Keep going.
Really?
There's a few more. There's a few more.
There's a few more. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. Maybe that's it. I don't know, but going to college soccer, which is I'm excited for that, and so ready for the next level. That's fun, and so, um, but I think that's about all the recent achievements. Not
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we just want to give you your flowers for sure on an excellent season. We've been watching, we've been tuning in to a lot of your things, and we're excited for what's to come in college. College soccer is it's the next step, but I know you're ready for it, and you're preparing. You're getting yourself ready for it this summer. So excited for what's to come. Again, thank you so much for hopping on with us and talking soccer. Again, we couldn't have it any other way without the superstar and talking about soccer. And for those of you who didn't know, we all played soccer growing up and into our teens and things like that. So I know we talk about football and basketball, but soccer is our first love, and so we definitely going to be talking about it right here on the Talking Sports podcast. Josh, we're gonna have you back on for sure. Maybe before college starts and before you get too crazy busy. But definitely we'll be tuning in to what you have going on for sure, and you lock in with us. But y'all hit that notification bell so that you see all of our content that we're posting right here on Talking Sports podcast. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you all next time right here on the Talking Sports podcast. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.
Peace.